What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your man Chazz Ellis here. Once again, giving y'all the information that y'all asked me. Um, I got a really good question, and it was basically saying it was so detailed that I had no choice but to answer it. Unfortunately, I can't remember who it was that sent me the question, but hey, you know who you are. Shout your damn self out. Um, the question that I got was it was basically saying, what do women need to know about men in terms of first dates? Like, what are guys looking for? What are some of the do's and don'ts? It's basically what it told me with the question, and it kind of outlined exactly what she wanted to know. So, and I've heard a little bit of that from a lot of women. So I figured out I would do a first date for women, do's and don'ts. Now, since then, I've gotten even more questions about what to do on dating and what to do on a first date and what to do in dates in general from women. So I think I'll probably have to do a series because there ain't no way I can fit all this shit in one video. So anyway, I'm gonna start with this one. The first thing you have to do is leave the house. A first date should never be at the crib. That doesn't mean that you have to spend money on a first date. That doesn't mean that it has to be some sort of big fancy to-do type thing. No, what you have to do on a first date is go somewhere else, because otherwise you're kind of setting yourself up for trouble. If you have a date at your crib, you're basically telling the dude that you want to have sex with him. And when you don't, he's kind of like, what the? You know, you said come watch a movie. To us, come watch a movie means let's have sex. Just to let you know. Come chill at the crib. Whenever you chill with us, that means have sex. That's how we see it. So when you don't have sex with us, we like, you told us to come chill. And now you're going to act like we tripping? So you have to make sure that you go somewhere else. Number 2, dress the part. You have, or look the part. You have to dress to impress. That's not to say you have to wear a freaking business suit or that you have to dress slutty or any of that. It just means that if you're going out on a date, look like it. You know, don't go on a date in a t-shirt and jeans. I don't even care if it's a t-shirt and jeans date. I don't care if y'all going to walk in the park. You don't go walk in the park with a dude with t-shirt and jeans on. Because what you're telling that person is this date doesn't really mean anything to you. Or what you're also telling this person is that you really can't get cleaned up. For some reason, you can't put yourself together any better than you did. Only thing we can go on is what's in front of us. So if you're not dressed to impress, if you're not looking the part, then basically you're telling us that you can't look the part. So that's what the guy sees and that's what he believes. Number 3, fix your face. Now what that means is, when I was a kid, I would get in trouble. My mom might spank me, and then you had to go back outside. You know, after you get a whooping, you had to leave. Like, say you showing out in a store, and then your mom give you a whooping in the bathroom, and then before you get out, my mom would be like, "Fix your face." That means take whatever happened in this bathroom and leave it in this bathroom, and don't come out here and show these people that I whooped your butt. That's what you got to do on a date. A lot of times, women will have problems at home. They'll have problems with people around them, friends of theirs, something like that. The kids might have broke some stuff, whatever the case may be. You might have these problems, and then next thing you know, you take them out on a date with you. You out on a date showing out, acting like you mad at everybody, you know, and expecting this dude that doesn't even know you to figure out that you're just having a bad day rather than the fact that you're just a bitch. You have to understand the fact that people they don't know you. You're having a first date with a person and they're trying to get information from you. They're looking at you trying to figure out what kind of person you are. That's all they have to go on is that day. So you need to fix your face before you go out on that date. It's better not to even go if you're going to have a bad attitude when you get there. Because this is your first and last chance to make a first impression. So make sure you fix your face before you go out. Number 4. And this is a question that she asked me, like some of the subjects to stay away from in a date. Keep it light. Stay away from subjects that piss you off. Okay, for instance, they always say stay away from religion and politics. But for some people, religion and politics don't piss them off. For some people, if you talk about the Yankees, they get pissed off. If you know that when you talk about a certain topic, it makes you mad, then don't talk about that particular topic. Skip over it. You want to keep it light. You want to make sure that you're not talking about things that make you upset. You're not talking about things that are like real deep to you, that'll piss you off if he gives the wrong answer or if he says something that you don't like. Don't do that, because you're putting yourself in a position where you never even get to know this person before you've kind of turned them against you, or before you've turned yourself against them. So chill with that. If there's a topic that you know that kind of messes with you a little bit, skip over it and lead the conversation to something that you're more comfortable with. That's not going to piss you off. It's not going to have you out there going, oh, yeah, I can't believe you didn't vote for Obama. Fuck you then. If you know that pisses you off, why even talk about it? I can't believe that you don't support the marriage of rabbits to monkeys. You son of a bitch. You bigot. You know, it's not really... Don't piss people off and don't put yourself in a position where you're going to get pissed off. Stay away from stuff like that. Number 5. Focus on the present. Don't spend too much time talking about the past, and don't spend too much time talking about the future. Stay in the moment. Because what a lot of people do is they start asking these questions like, what do you have planned for me in the future? It's a first date. I don't have anything planned for you. I don't even know you. That would be crazy if I had plans for you for the future. I don't even know you. I may never talk to you again after this date. We may become the greatest of friends. We may become married. Anything can happen. I don't know. So don't focus so much on the future in a date, and then don't focus on the past. Don't get into a whole thing about what your ex did to you and how bad he was, and don't start asking him all about his former relationships. That's not first date stuff. Leave that alone, because that's stuff that you do that disqualifies you or disqualifies him. And you could be disqualifying somebody or letting them disqualify you when y'all don't even really know each other enough to know whether or not that stuff would be a big deal. Don't do that. When you start talking about the future, really all you're doing is scaring guys off. Because they're like, damn, you trying to plan a future with me? I don't even know you. You seem kind of desperate. You know, it makes us feel like if you're trying to plan your future with us, then you don't have a future plan for yourself. Because you don't know us, so it seems like you're just trying to pick any guy and plug him into the future that you're trying to come up with. It ain't really got anything to do with us. And we ain't a part of the planet. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you focus on the present. Focus on talking about things that are happening now. What you're doing in your life now, things like that. You know, what he's doing in his life. You know, that kind of stuff. Number 6. Show interest, but don't interrogate him. A lot of times women will ask you questions. They'll ask a guy questions about his life, but they won't really be like questions that show interest in the person. They're like, so, you got any other girls you talking to? So, you hanging out with anybody else? So, do you have a job? So, do you live with your mama? Do you have kids? Now, when you start asking a person questions in that way, it doesn't tell that person that you're interested in them. It tells that person that you're paranoid and that you're crazy. Don't come off as being crazy. Just ask normal questions. A lot of times when you just ask somebody a normal question, they'll give you all the information that you wanted. Like you say, oh, so what do you do for a living? Well, if he's telling you what he does for a living, he's telling you whether or not he has a job. Oh, okay. So where do you stay? Do you stay around this area, or are you? A lot of times a person will tell you where they stay and who they stay with, or if they don't stay with anybody. They'll tell you that information just because you asked a simple question. But whenever you start trying to interrogate somebody, they generally become defensive. Or they generally become a little bit paranoid. Because now they're thinking, what the hell is this person asking me all these questions for? Some kind of crazy person or something like that? They trying to stalk me? Or what's the deal? So just ask normal questions and have a conversation with a person. You'd be surprised. You get a lot more information like that. Because usually if you say some stuff like, you talking to anybody else right now? He's going to say no. clearly, he's going to lie to you because now he knows for a fact that he should lie. Because the way you ask the question. A lot of times you're like, oh, so what do you normally do for fun? And if a person is telling you, oh, well, for fun, I normally go to the movies, they probably go to the movies with somebody. Maybe not, but they probably do. If they're telling you, like, you can sometimes gather from their hobbies and things like that what they're doing or if they're talking to somebody else. So those are things you want to look at. And I'm going to go back over a lot of stuff right now. I'm going to go back over everything. Because there's 6 things that you got to pay attention to. So you want to leave the house. Don't stay at the crib and try to have a damn date. Because that's a good... Unless you want to have sex on the first date. Don't stay at the crib. You got to look the part. That was number 2, look the part. Make sure you're not dressed in an old bummy house coat or some stuff like that with rollers in your hair, trying to get a date, trying to be in a relationship with somebody. Don't nobody want that. Fix your face. Those are your problems. Those are not his problems. He doesn't know you well enough to really want to talk about your damn problems. Just like you don't want to talk about his. So get yourself together. Number 4, keep it light. Just keep it light. Don't go into stuff that's going to piss you off. Don't talk about taxes if you don't want to talk about taxes because you get mad. Don't talk about your religious beliefs if you mad if anybody ain't what you are. Don't talk about that crap. Number 5, focus on the present. Nobody wants to talk about whether or not you want to get married 2 years from now and have 5 kids. Nobody wants to hear that bullshit. Nobody wants to talk about the fact that your ex cheated on you with your sister and stole your car. Who cares? Those are your problems. Stop talking about stupid stuff that happened in the past and stop trying to make long-range plans with somebody you just met. Number 6, show interest and don't interrogate. You don't work for the FBI. You're not a cop. You can get his first and last name and Google him if you so choose to. But nobody wants to go on a date where they're being interrogated by somebody. If you do all of this, the guy is going to show some interest in you. Most likely. You're not going to do anything to turn the guy off and ruin it for you. And number 7, after you've done everything to make sure that you haven't scared the guy off, get a second date. That's one of the biggest things that women do not do. They don't arrange a second date, so then it becomes awkward. I'm not saying you have to ask him on a second date. I'm saying you need to already be setting up the second date before the night is over. Seeing where his head is on the second date. What I mean by that is you need to be saying something, oh yeah, I had a good time. What about you? Yeah, I had a good time. Yeah, bring up stuff that's going on and see what he says about it. Like, yeah, they got a concert that's going on a couple weeks from now. I'm thinking about getting some tickets to that. See if he wants to invite you to it. Or you can invite him. Be proactive. Take control over your own situation. If you want to go on a second date with a person, you can make that happen. It's 2013, not 1913. You have power over your own situation. So those are the first things I'm going to tell people about the do's and don'ts on a first date. Like I said, we're going to probably just do this a women's dating series. Y'all leave comments in the box below if y'all like more information and y'all want a women's dating series. Let me know. All right, y'all can leave messages in the box for more questions that y'all want to ask. It's your man, Chazz Ellis. Please hit me up on my Facebook like page, AskChazzEllis on Facebook. Peace.